boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
Welcome engineers, the race have a problem. Today's problem is getting through the Dutch Grand Prix at the Netherlands. This video is not synced up for me, so let me just fix that for a minute. Just going through the admin stuff that we need to, checking the R&D and all that good stuff, realising that we can't do anything, and now changing components for the first time on screen. And yeah, changing them to the most worn, because that is what's going to give us the best life throughout the entirety of the season. As you can see, our ICE is actually getting quite a bit worn, so we might need to use a different ICE going forth. Finance history, nothing to speak about there. Season results. Yeah, last time out in Belgium, we did not have the best races. Yeah, we finished P21 after a difficult race where we took out Pierre, took out ourselves, and took out ourselves. How did I take out myself twice? Well, I lost my front wing twice within the space of one lap. I say a lap because we crashed in the third sector, beginning of the third sector, and then we crashed again coming out the pit lane.
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select, as while you will receive a claim for beating them, you'll lose a claim if you fail to do so. We have a problem regarding our driver. How do you want to handle this?
Our marketing department has come up with a plan to use Gasly to help launch a new range of team merchandise. Launch with or launch without him. I think we go launch without, yeah, because we need the pace, money we can get quite easily. We're not struggling to earn money. We're just struggling to get that money quickly, and there's only 30k 15k difference. Nice focus for Pierre, 69. I mean, to be fair, pace didn't matter because it would have put him on 95 because he is 100 already. Checking the focus of everyone. Alfa Romeo's poor. Guan Yu Zhou in AlphaTauri okay. Poor for Tsunoda. AlphaTauri's and Aston Martin's poor. Sainz good. Haas poor. Lando poor, but there's no Ricardo. That's odd. Mercedes good. Red Bull good and okay with Verstappen. Williams were fine, I think. I didn't quite see. And of course, all the F2 drivers are okay, good. Interesting that there is no Ricardo. So I tried doing the different filters to see if we could see him. Still no. So yeah. Maybe that's foreshadowing something. What's that's foreshadowing? I don't know. But actually I do. I've recorded up to Russia, and actually on the day this is launching I will have just finished the Singapore Grand Prix. So speaking of Grand Prix, let's go to the Dutch one, see what the weather forecast is. And what's it going to be, Jeff? It's going to be rain for the beginning of qualifying, so it's not going to be too bad. We should have the high downforce set up anyway. Going into the R&D performance then, Red Bull have a lead over Mercedes, who have closed the gap on them. McLaren improve a little bit, Ferrari plateau, Aston Martin jump ahead of AlphaTauri, Alpine, Williams, Alfa Romeo and Haas stay equal, no upgrades for any of us. So yeah, we should be quite okay. They're doing quite okay against Alpine and Alpine, to be honest, they're closest and not really close enough to challenge the AlphaTauris. So hopefully maybe we might not be on the the back row of Q2. We shouldn't be knocked out in Q1, obviously, because if you look at the gap, Williams not even that far, not even that close to us, so about same distance as AlphaTauri. I'd say. Maybe even a little bit closer, but still, Alfa Romeo and Haas are way behind. So, yeah, let's go to practice, find out what the actual weather forecast is going to be. Because with the forecast setting that I've got it on, it's approximate. That's what the word I was looking for. So it's not quite going to be correct. And so, yeah, gotta find out what the forecast is. Guanyu there got a podium last time out in Belgium. Let's see if we can continue that form. So we'll keep a close eye out on him. And going to choose the setup, just realising that actually, oh wait, we need to do the weather forecast first. So let's see what the forecast is going to be in the Q1. First 10 minutes is going to be wet. 15 minutes in, so 3 minutes to go, it is going to be dry, so that might be interesting. About towards the closing end of Q2 is going to be partially cloudy, and then at the end of Q3 it's going to be partially cloudy again, but a lower chance of rain, with 5% compared to 14. The race then, the first 10 minutes, about 5 laps or so, is going to be dry. No clouds, all sun. First quarter and first half dry, the same. Only the air temperature decreases to 19 degrees halfway through. 3/4 of the way through, track temperature goes to 28, and at the end of the race, the precipitation chance goes to 2%. So R&D then, we only get don't get any of the R&D for the 2 lesser programs. I didn't quite see what they were. But yeah, we're looking quite good actually. We're just under a tenth away from the Alpines on the same tyre, and Pierre Gasly on the softs is just ahead of the AlphaTauris.
Who would you say is your biggest rival at
Okay, right,
Let's talk
no,
about another team. How do you feel they did today?
they did alright. I'm always going to say the positive one, never the negative one.
Well, thanks anyway.
Except for the rival ones. Time management in ERS, there we go. 25%, will it work? No, it doesn't. I'm about to say sure it will. 70%, there's a big jump, so it works. 25% for the low tyre wear. Doesn't quite work. Let's try the 50%. Will it work? No, it won't. Okay. 70%. Surely this will work. 2 minutes longer. Yes, it does. And we can go on to ERS management. 50%. Doesn't work. 70% does work, so we don't have to do the glitched 100%. Go back and check that out if you want to. 25% for optimal energy usage doesn't work, so we're just going to keep using it. And see, it worked. We did it in a quicker time. Still a glitch with the resource awards on sometimes, but you know, it don't quite matter. And yeah, Pierre Gasly actually getting quite getting all practice programs passed this time, which is nice to see, because the AI don't always do that. So if we keep upgrading Pierre's experience, he could get to this one day, not one race. We will keep him for season 3, I think. 4, 5, 4. I forgot we're in season 3, not season 2. I mean, it don't matter anyway. We got further than we did last year in 2020. But we have uploaded less videos, so, you know, it don't matter. Zandvoort, yeah, pretty much a roller coaster. Built for the 70s. About as dangerous as the 70s, I guess, I don't know. I weren't around then. Yeah, qualifying next. Let's see if we can put on a good performance for the Dutch crowd. Hopefully we can get quite high on the grid, but you know, we're Brits, and with what happened in real life, I don't think they're going to treat us too well. Changing the engine components anyway, just before we go in, put them on the penultimate, the second least worn, because we want to save our least worn for Monza, and then Jeddah, Mexico, and Brazil. And so at the moment it seems to be a checkerboard pattern with component 4 and component 1 until we get to the control electronics, which seems to be component 3, I think I saw. We've got a good gap actually between us and the Ferraris behind, so as long as we have a good race and get some points, it don't matter how many, we should be able to do well. What am I talking about? The only way we're going to do well is if we do well in qualifying. And yeah, it's wet quali, so hopefully we can pounce on the prey and set a really good lap, which should put us quite high. If what they say about the wet being the equalizer, I have no problem, I have no difficulty seeing why we shouldn't do well. Especially when I love Zandvoort so much. A little bit annoyed that I did this race before the patch came out. The patch being it decreased the AI speed through turn 7 at Zandvoort, which is the fast right-hander. I'll show you it in the race. We'll point it out to you in the race. I'm doing something here. I think I'm getting ready, and yeah, it'll give me time to talk. I don't actually have time to do that normally. And another thing for this race, I've increased the length of the radio messages, if you know what I mean. So instead of just the radio message, it will give a little bit of leeway either side, 5 seconds, just so that I can actually talk and not be interrupted all the time. Qualifying should be beginning soon, so yeah, I'm just going to leave you to it, me to it. So here we are, and then in qualifying, lap 1, let's see where we go. We go P5 with 1:19.1. Don't take the times into consideration, they're going to be slow of course. Lap 2, going 6 tenths quicker. Is it actually going to be 6 tenths quicker? It's an 18.4, puts us P7, not too bad actually. Third lap, because we've got enough fuel for it, 3 tenths quicker. Go 18.0, give space to the Red Bull, trying to get the slipstream from us, I saw. Although I don't know if that was because he was trying to avoid us, but we moved out the way. Yeah, maybe the AI need a little bit more working on, because the slipstream I don't think is that effective in the wet.
Okay, some quick lap times are now being posted. It's getting faster out there.
Okay, so that's an indication that it's getting drier. Granny Joe being knocked out at the moment by Esteban Ocon, so there's an anomaly, because the AlphaTauris are normally quicker, but you got Stroll up in P5, so the wet can do wonders for anyone. I don't know if the awareness actually counts in this part, because I'd assume that the higher the awareness you have, the better in the wet you are. But I don't think it actually works like that quite well. Looking at the delta between the soft and the inters, it is going down. It is going in favour of the dries. So we're not going to be caught out like we were in Belgium. We are going to go onto the softs, the dries, and we are going to set a quick lap. We are going to make sure that we get through this time and we don't make any strategical errors. So let's see, can we do well? We're P11 at the moment. We'd have to lose 1.2 seconds, but the dries have seemed to have gained 3 seconds, so we're going 6 seconds quicker on our 4th lap. We're P17 at the moment, going to be knocked out, and we are knocked out. We're P21, we've gone out on the dries. It hasn't been enough though, and we're knocked out with P20. Okay, what did I say about getting through to Q2? Should have been easy. No, we're 2 seconds away. Okay. Now, that's not my fault then. 2 seconds away. I don't see how I could have gone quicker. I was 6 seconds quicker. So, yeah. I'm not going to check engine components because there's no need to. We've got fresh ones for Monza. So,
Tough luck there. It's not
yeah.
quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up. It's not the end of the world.
Thank you, Jeff, for the motivation. I'm sure we don't need it, but yeah, we just got to hope that we can get through the back markers fairly quickly, and then use whatever tyre we start on to our advantage. Yeah, that's annoying. It's a glitch. I don't know why it exists, how, but yeah, there was no way they should have gone 8 seconds, 9 seconds quicker when I only go 6 seconds quicker. So yeah, I hope that gets fixed. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just it gives an exciting race. Speaking of, let's go to it.
Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and Zandvoort, 25 miles away from Amsterdam, and the host for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. Zandvoort circuit, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout a 2.6 mile lap. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Valtteri Bottas and Leclerc, Norris, Ricciardo, Tsunoda and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Vettel, and Guan Yu Zhou and Giovinazzi, Stroll, Ocon, Nobuharu Matsushita and George Russell, Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Roberts and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So Pierre Gasly in P11 is our target for today's race. Gamers started us on the hards in this for this moment. Let's see if we can use that to our advantage. Let's see if we can go on the mediums, because it looks like a lot of the other drivers are going to start on the hards. So if we can go medium soft or medium hards, it might actually be quicker. Oh yeah, that's why. Maybe that's why we were slow in qualifying. The hards overheat here. Like, the softs overheat here. That's why we're not going to go on the softs. We're going to go on the mediums and go to the hards. I remember now. I'm not as forgetful as I thought I was. So, yeah, let's see if we can use the advantage of other drivers going on the hards to our advantage. And let's see if we can carve our way through them, because they're going to be quite slow. Especially the back markers. And so, yeah. I don't know if you can notice it, but the cars are a lot louder than the menus. I don't want to change that because, to me, the cars sound fine when I'm playing.
It's just stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
See that? Oh no, never mind. I didn't do it at the beginning of the race. I did it midway through. Anyway, end of the formation lap then. Let's see if we heated our tyres optimally. 91 degrees and 90 degrees for the rear. That's the only ones we care about at the beginning of the race. Haas's both on the soft, so maybe we might lose out to one or both of them. Hopefully not. But as we get ready for the 5 red lights, they're going on immediately after we line up because we're P21, and they go out immediately. A little bit of a lack of concentration, and we have dropped down to P22. Let's see if we can get an okay run through turn 1. We've knocked out the 100 meter board as we head into turn 1 going on the grass. Going through turn 2 and 3, can we go around the outside? We're going around the outside of 1, 2, 3, make it 4 cars? No, not quite. The Williams, we need to get, we're going to try and get into 5, 6, the right hander, 7 this one. So they patched this earlier in the week. Seem to be fine through there, so maybe the Alfa Romeo ahead of these 2 Williams has got damage. So Ocon losing out at the beginning of the race, dropping down to P17. Not too much. Can we go around the outside of Matsushita though? Not quite. We get a little bit of oversteer. He's on hard, so maybe we had the right idea of using traction to our advantage. Let's see if we can get a good traction out of the final penultimate corner onto the banking, because they normally lift off through here and I don't have to. You might be able to see it now as we go towards the inside of the Williams. He's forcing us to the inside. We're going to try and force him towards the outside. A little bit of contact with Rubbing's racing, as they say. Jeff thinks it's a nice overtake, and there we go. Oh no, never mind.
Issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
There we go. No, never mind. I must have no. I thought I did it in one. No. Anyway, I'm talking rubbish. Setting up a move on the Ocon, then going right round the outside of where we couldn't on Matsushita on lap 1. Can we do it lap 2 on the second Williams? Going down the inside into the chicane, taking the curbing to maximise track limits, and we get ahead into P17. Got a little bit of gap to the Alfa Romeo ahead of us. I believe it will be George Russell. So let's see if we can close that in, and then there's a big gap to our cars, as I can say.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh, so no, never mind. Right, I talked too early. Are we going to set up a move around the outside? Not quite. Going onto the back straight though, got DRS open. Are we going to force him to the inside? Yes, we are. Not quite actually. We're going to stick to the outside of the circuit. Get the move done though on George Russell, and that is up into P16, where the car should be.
Gap to car in front is 3.1 seconds. They're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. The time last lap was a 1:13.4.
So Zoe doing a 13.4, we did a 13.7, but that was with an overtake. So let's see what we do now. Come across the line, it is going to be a 12.5. So
the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
yeah, and we're seeing the gap ahead decrease by 9/10 laps. So let's see if we can continue that form onto lap 5 at 13.0. Car ahead pulls away though. Not quite. I was saying not quite to what I thought I did with the radios. I must have done it about halfway through that race. Flipping over the menu to find out when we're going to pit. Just rendezvousing our just checking up on strategy, to be honest. Lap 9, we are really close to zone now. Are we within DRS? Yes, we are. So for the first time since lap 3, 4, we have got DRS. It's not really that big of a thing. It's 7 laps though, considering this is who we should be fighting though, it is a big thing. So going into the final corner and the banking, you can see they lift off through the banking. I don't need to. Are we going to force him down towards the inside? Yes, we are. We're going to take the middle line. Zoe, sorry mate, but good luck looking at the rear of my car.
Great pass.
Have fun looking at the rear of my car, I meant to say. What's going on here? DRS There we go.
Stroll is ahead of you. Less than a second separate you. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 10 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 12.8. You're gaining by 3/10 a lap. Good work.
So I decided to change philosophy halfway through the race now. It's not quite halfway through the race, but let's see if we can make progress still. Forcing him all the way to the inside. He's forcing us to the outside. Maybe it's little bit of contact. I don't think so, so we're not going to check Jeff. We haven't heard any contact with the cars, so it seems to be fine. Heading on to lap 13 then, in P14, so let's see if we can, oh, P13, so some people are pitting, and there we go, that's what I meant to say. I've finally done this.
Gap to car in front is 1.3 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:12.7. You're closing by 4/10 per lap.
So the soft degrading, allowing us to close 4/10, and the gap that you see here between clips is me finally deciding to change philosophy on the radios. Seems like we've caught up to Pierre quite nicely, and Stroll, Vettel actually.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
We'll do so, Jeff. Looks like the AlphaTauri of Sonoda is ahead of these two, so let's see if we can get past them quite early. But yeah, lap 14, the hards, well, the mediums coming into our favour, and we closed in on the hard runners, and the soft runners are beginning to hit.
The pit window, you'll be on the hards.
And as Jeff tells us that we're going to be on the hards in 2 laps time, we go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, putting us up into P11, and now we're right behind our teammate Pierre Gasly. Let's see if we can use team orders. Oh wait, no, they're not in this game, so we're just going to have to get them in the straight line. Lifting off a little bit from Pierre in the banking, not enough, but DRS overtake, pretty much DRS overtake. Downing the outside, didn't force Pierre to the inside too much. We don't want to make contact and have an aeroplane crash. We don't want more bad stuff like Belgium.
Sonoda's just ahead, push hard. The gap to the car ahead is 2.8 seconds. They're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 2 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 11.9. You're losing around 3/10 a lap.
So it seems like P10 is where we're going to finish, as long as we
Yellow flag.
don't lose any time. Yellow flag ahead,
Be
okay.
aware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
So we've got one of the front runners, or
Window open. Let's box this lap.
got one of the front runners. I couldn't quite tell who that was, but it's for timing nonetheless, so that does put us up one more position. So technically it would be P10,
Okay, clear.
so that does mean
Confirmed,
one of the
we'll
back
receive you at the end of this lap.
one of the back markers behind us has pit. Well, one of the front runners has pit and is behind us.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Sector 1 and Sector 2 check-in with Jeff about the pit stop. Sector 3 check-in coming up right now.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Yeah, no, you can, because it's my pit lap. Coming in then, P9, so we are technically P10. One of the cars is behind us, not sure which one. Make sure we don't speed into the pit lane. And yeah, getting onto the hard tyres. Been a good first stint. We've got to where our target is, so let's see if we can go any higher in the second half of this
Pit
race.
strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
We are quite literally in the second half of this race. 18 laps is halfway, so as soon as we complete this, we'll be halfway through, so it means that we've done 2 extra laps on the hard compared to the medium. Yeah.
Giovinazzi behind. Our gap behind is 14.3 seconds. They're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:12.2.
Okay, so we've got a good gap to the Alpine behind. Oh no, he's right there actually. So maybe the gap was didn't update. as we were in the pit lane. But it doesn't matter with P14. Let's see if that increases as we go through the laps. Lap 20, the hards should be coming in quite soon then. They do go quite a bit longer than our mediums do. And to be fair, I did stretch out the mediums compared to what they would normally do.
Joe just ahead, push for the position. Okay, gap ahead is 8.9 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 19 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 12.6.
So it seems like the hard runners are still yet to pit. They might be coming in quite soon. Zoe's only 8 seconds ahead of us, so that does mean that the pit delta isn't either
back by about 3/10 a lap.
small, or I built up a very large lead, large gap over Zoe on our mediums. Lap 21, P12, quite nice symmetry there.
Gap to teammate ahead is 12.7 seconds.
So yeah, Gasly only 4 seconds ahead of Zoe. Gasly still yet to pit then, as we head on to lap 23. P12, so we've got 2 drivers to pit. None of them pit yet, as
Alonso ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 8.0 seconds. They're on old hards. The time last lap was a 1:12.3.
so we're within pit window range of Fernando. So that means Alonso was the car behind us, which put us in P9 before our pit stops. P11 now, just got Pierre to pit, I'd assume, and then we're up into P10 where we should be. Got a back marker here though, and let us this through. Watch the rearview mirror. He almost makes contact with the Alpine, and that's where the green flag and yellow flag has come from. That was very close. That could have been a safety car. Yeah.
Pierre is in the pits.
Okay, so Pierre comes into the pits now, so that will boost us up into P10. So we will be getting the points for the team, I'd assume. Yep, P10 now, and yeah, hopefully we can continue this form throughout the rest of the race.
Alonso is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 7.9 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 12 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 11.7. You're losing around 3/10 a lap.
Okay, so we're not gaining on Fernando, so we've just got to consolidate this P10 to his teammate Giovinazzi behind. He seemed to pull away in the third sector though, so not actually being troubled by him.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Thank you, Jeff. Like I didn't know that already. Sometimes he comes out with stupid things, but you know, he gave me that radio message back in Brazil in 2020, season 1 reboot, and I didn't actually know he was in P10 at the time, so it is useful sometimes. Lap 29 then, got 7 laps to go.
By 5/10 a lap.
So yeah, maybe slacking a little bit as losing time. As yeah, let's go on to lap 30, 7 laps to go.
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
It's alright, Jeff, I don't think we're catching the car ahead by too much.
Tyre condition is still looking good.
And our tyres are fine, so yeah, I don't know what you're complaining about, Jeff. So yeah, heading into the final 6 of the race then.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.9 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:11.8. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
You see, we're not even closing in on him anyway, Jeff, so I don't know why you're panicking. Lap 31 to begin the final 6th of the Grand Prix then, because it is 36 long laps. There was a yellow flag in turn 1.
Caution.
Is this going to put us into P9? Who is it? Is it one of the back markers? It might be. We did lap one quite a while ago. It's Fernando. We're into P9. Okay. So yeah,
Okay, clear.
doubled our points tally then at the moment. So we've got to be careful though, because Antonio will be quick towards the end of the race.
We're losing
Maybe.
a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
Especially when we're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. To quote Jeff there. So yeah, got to be careful though. It's going a bit wide through sector 2.
Tsunoda ahead. Gap to car in front is 24.7 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 19 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 11.2. You're down 8/10 a lap. Some information on Giovinazzi. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Okay. Giovinazzi got a mechanical problem. Let's see if we could use that to our advantage and get Pierre into the top 10. That could be a possibility.
25.6 seconds.
Jeff just confirming that we're not going to get any higher than P9. So our target now is to try and get Pierre into P10. We've got blue flags waving. I'd assume that's for the Haas or Alpha that's ahead of us.
Okay, the gap behind is 1.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:12.2.
Okay, so
Blue flag.
blue flags. Okay, oh, okay, so we're being lapped. Okay, then. Gonna go wide here to let him through. Let's see if we get DRS. I think I've done it a little bit too late. He's gonna get DRS. Yes, he is. So let's see if we can use this slipstream and get some DRS down the pit straight. Saw another lap car in front of us. After that, I think that's the same Haas and Alpha or Alpha that we saw earlier.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Good news, Jeff. There's 3 laps of racing remaining. We do have a fifth of a lap extra fuel compared to that.
Our gap to the car in front is 27.2 seconds.
Compared to that, what Jeff said. I'm trying to see if that's Pierre behind the Aston. Yes, it is. Okay, so if we can back the Aston up into Pierre, we might be able to get a double points finish for the team. The Alpha there letting us through, so I'd assume that's the Latifi. He's holding up the Aston, but he's going to let him through quite early though. It's not going to really matter too much. Actually, no, he's not. He's holding up massively. If you look in the rear view mirror. Oh no! Oh, it's our final lap, remember? So we're going to get P9. Because I forgot that we were lapped.
Okay, pick up
and
bring it home.
Yeah, that's actually an amazing result. P9 from pretty much back in the grid. 12 positions. It will give us drive of the day. Yeah, I actually forgot. I forgot we were lapped, so it was only 35 laps.
What a magnificent victory here at the Dutch Grand Prix. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Congratulations on a Red Bull 1-2. Too bad that we haven't been able to do this similar after our 1-2 in Bahrain in the first race of the Grand season. Race results then.
Take a look at the driver's
Oh my god.
Max Verstappen should be pleased
Pierre,
with his
you
performance,
legend.
making
He's got
gains at the top
P10.
of the table. Let's focus
Double
on the
points
driver of
finish
the
for
day.
the team. Let's
Anthony
go.
Davidson. Who do you pick?
Oh
I
my
have to
god,
give it
how?
to Roberts.
What
Look at
did?
where they
How?
finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to come
Oh,
through the field
my-
like that
yeah.
in Formula 1, so it was a great
How?
effort.
Oh
Let's
my
move on
god,
to the
Pierre.
constructors. Red
Oh,
Bull pulled
Pierre, you
further ahead
legend.
in the standings. There was also a
Oh
strong
my
showing
god.
from the Mercedes team
So
today as they made
Ricardo,
their way up the
being the
standings.
retiree,
And with that, we
Vettel,
wrap up another
he
weekend
must have
of
got held up
motorsport.
by
But
the
with more races lined
back
up,
markers.
be sure to
And as you
join
can
us
see,
when we
Zoe and
come
Stroll
back
should have finished
with
ahead of us
more
because of their
Formula
best
1.
laps. So we shouldn't have even got these positions. But wow, yeah. Oh my god, Pierre, you absolute legend. You must have got Vettel on that final lap in Sector 3 with the Alfa Romeo. Oh, I don't know. No changes in the points. Actually, we moved down behind Ferrari after their podium with Carlos Sainz. Not too bad. We're not going to finish ahead of them anyway. Yeah, wow. Pierre, you legend. Using the soft tyres to his advantage. No incidents, so no corner cuts from me. 1.9 second pit stop as well, so team doing wonders. Looking at the replays to check the weaving from the cars. Checking the Williams, see if it was my imagination or if it was the game. Yeah, the Williams moves. Okay, so it's cool to notice that the AI do fight back. Although I think the second part of contact may have been my fault, but you know, it don't matter. Who else was it? It was the Aston Martin. So let's see. Oh, there it was. Let's see. Off board. Going towards the outside. A little bit there. Okay. Well, actually, I don't know. I think that was just AI moving out, moving over. Oh no, he did. I don't know. I mean, it weren't to the extent that the Williams did. I don't know. So I thought it was the Sebastian Vettel, and as you can see, it was literally just a dive bomb. He locked up as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, it was Lance. Gonna go off board with him now. Yeah, I think it's too late there. Checking on the inboard. Yeah, I think it was just me moving over. I don't think there was anything in it. I'm literally repeating what I thought at this time. Okay, so yeah, no actual weaving from the Canadian. Didn't check how Pierre finished though. But yeah, amazing performance, and you'll find out later, I guess.
Your team must be thrilled.
Yeah, of course they are. I couldn't do it without them though. So they're obviously a great team.
How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
They could have done better actually. I think they'll be kicking themselves over that. Could have done better.
Appreciate your time.
And yours. But that is going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this double points finish for the team. Like, dislike, whatever you want to do. Share with your friends because friends have common interests. Comment your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm going to leave you with the highlights. Watch to the end of them to find out a little bit why Pierre was able to get P10. But until you raise the problem you engineers can't fix, I've been a race engineer. What an amazing result. Double points finish.